Look at this mess. I have been here for over 2 months, and I have yet to put up all of these things. I need to get a bookcase for all my tarot cards and all my books. Here are all my tarot cards, so if you guys want a reading, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video, and check out my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of tarot cards. I keep some of them in plastic bags. I think it actually preserves their condition more. Granted that they're not all over the floor like that, right? And this is my workstation, of course. Merry Christmas, you guys. It is Christmas Eve, right? Or it's Christmas Day, actually. So this is my little workstation over here. This is Christmas however many eons ago. It's actually my dad and my uncle right there. And that's me with my little Pokemon shirt, my gay little Pokemon shirt. Getting put in a headlock by my uncle. That's pretty much our relationship. Yo. And as you can see, I was watching vlogs earlier. I have kind of a sparse apartment right now. For those of you who watched my first vlog, my apartment tour vlog, that was my first vlog. I had no furniture, and it's slowly coming together. Like I said, I've been here for like 2 months. And things are slowly coming together, honeys. This is my little love seat with my little remote control, honey. And yeah, I'm watching YouTube, but I do have like basic cable, and I eventually want to upgrade the packages. This is the kitchen where all the magic happens. I have all of these candles going right now. Like I was saying, check out my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com, for a reading. I do astrology as well as psychic tarot readings. There you go again, popping in my head again. No, I can't do this. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but no one really talks about loneliness, dealing with loneliness and depression when you live alone. And I find it really interesting because so many of us, our goal is to like have our own place, especially when we're young. It's to have our own place, you know, it's to, you know, be able to do what we want. And those are definitely the pros that come with living alone, but some of the cons is that you're literally alone like all the time, unless you have people over. And I've been in this apartment for 2 months, so it's been a learning process. I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, like paying everything, paying rent, paying electricity, paying water, paying, you know, this and that, paying on my car, paying this, you know, like, it's all a learning process. And has it been easy? By no means has it been easy, but it's been a learning process, and I'm grateful, you know. But there are some cons that come with living alone, and one of them is, you know, constantly being alone, dealing with loneliness and depression. So one of the things with me is that, like, if I'm alone in the house for too long, I kind of go crazy, you know, like I kind of go crazy. Like, I have to get out of the house. I cannot be in the house alone for too long. Granted, I'm a Libra moon. So as a Libra moon, like, I always like to be around people. I always like to be around, like, some social activity, some social gathering. Even if I'm not directly participating, I just like the social atmosphere. When you live alone, unless you have people over, unless you have roommates, you know, or something like that, there really is no social atmosphere. You kind of have to create it yourself, you know, whether you invite people over. I live an hour away from my hometown, so a lot of my friends back home aren't always willing to drive an hour away to visit me, even though they could definitely like come over and spend the night. I want another guest room though, so when I move out, I think I'm going to look for a 2-bedroom apartment. So then maybe I could get a guest or a roommate if I decide, or something like that. But that's like so far ahead that I don't even know why I'm worried. But I was checking my candle. But what was I saying? Yeah, when you live alone, like, you know, you have to create your own social atmosphere. So one of my things is I have to get out of the house. I have to get out of the house, even if it's going, you know, errands, you know, running errands. One of my favorite things to do when I start my day is I like to go to the gym. So I like to start my day by going to the gym, not too far from my apartment, because I have a social atmosphere there. It's also, you know, a possibility for me to meet friends, although I don't think everyone is, like, I think when people go to the gym, like, you're doing your own thing, you're not really bothered. But you know, you never know. So I like to start my day going to the gym, and then like I make sure I get all my work done. I make sure I get all my readings done, right? And then I once I do my readings and once I finish all my work, then I'm like, okay, what's up now? And then, you know, from that point, I'll probably go to my grandma's house, who doesn't live too far away, 20 minutes away. I'll go to my uncle's house, who also lives 20 minutes away, or I'll go to my aunt's house, who lives an hour away. I don't mind traveling, because I know, like, whenever I start feeling that pang of loneliness or that pang of depression, I'm like, I need to get out of the house. I need to be around people. So that's one thing I've learned living alone, is that you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to get out. You have to be social somewhat. You have to create a social atmosphere, social environment for yourself, so that you don't go crazy, so that you don't go too deep into the hole of depression or loneliness, you know. And be careful of isolating yourself. That's also one thing I like had to realize, that I isolate myself, you know, by thinking no one wants to hang out with me, no one will hang out with me if I hit them up, blah, 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 right? Don't tell yourself those things. Don't be afraid to hit people up. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, you know. We all go through loneliness in different stages of our lives. You can be lonely and be surrounded by a bunch of people. You can be lonely and live, you know, with a bunch of people. So, you know, you just kind of have to go out and find your tribe. Luckily, I'm grateful that my family is not ever too far away, you know, concerning like getting out of the house for me, you know, and going to visit them. So I found something really cute for us to look at. So this is my dad. This is my refrigerator, by the way. This is my dad. I don't know who took this picture, but I love this picture so much. Even though I don't condone smoking. I think he's smoking a cigar, though. This is my dad and my uncle, probably obviously on the same day. This uncle actually moved me in this apartment, so I'm super grateful to him. This is my dad when he was a little baby. This is my grandma, who will be visiting today. We're not visiting today, we're actually going to my aunt's house for Christmas. That's my aunt right there. That's my uncle, who put me in a headlock in the picture you guys saw earlier as a little baby. And that's my dad, you know. So that's the fam, bam. This is my dad, looking mean mugging. This is me as a little baby, a little gay baby. And this is my uncle, who's not a gay baby, who's a straight baby. This is me as a little baby. This is me and my grandma out on a picnic. This is me, you can see me right there just laying down. That's my grandma, my granddad, and my dad. This is my dad and my grandma and my aunt. Back in, I believe this is in like Sterling, because I remember this house super vividly. Like, house was a big part of my childhood. But yeah, it's like 1990 something, like probably 1998 or 97, something like that. And I think it looks like a birthday, but it might be Christmas, something like that, because it might be my birthday, because my birthday's around Christmas. But I don't know. And this is, I think this is my dad's house, actually. This is my dad and my grandma. Oh, and this is my mom right there. And my then uncle's girlfriend on my mom's side. And that's my dad, and that's me, not bothered right there. And that's my dad. Those are my pictures on my little wall. Let's go back to the way things used to be. Drinking so much we forget all the memories. July in the park, undress in the dark. Stop before we start, unblock me. Let's go back to the way things used to be. Drinking so much we forget all the memories. July in the park, undress in the dark. Stop before we start, unblock me. When you're lonely and you want me, I'll always be there for you. When you're lonely and you want me, I'll always, when you're lonely. Okay, Okay, so I'm about to take a spiritual bath, and I try to take these as frequently as possible. And basically what a spiritual bath is, it's a bath full of herbs, sometimes oils, that you cleanse yourself in. You can actually bathe in it. This evening, I'm going to bathe in it. And you just put some herbs, some really cleansing, protective, you know, hex breaking, negativity breaking herbs into the bath. You soak in it and you come out cleansed, not only literally but spiritually, psychically as well, because throughout the day we gather psychic debris, you know, energies. You know, we have to protect our energy, so you really want to make sure your energy is cleansed, your aura is cleansed, in terms of you know just protecting yourself and not gathering more debris. This can also sometimes be like a cause of depression as well. We were talking about depression earlier sometimes. But, you know, of course, if you're like depressed, you might want to, you know, seek an actual person who's licensed to deal with that. So let's go ahead and look at the herbs.
The way things used to be, drinking so much we forget all the memories. July in the park, undressing the dark. Stop before we start. Unblocking.
I'm going to take the salt and pack it in there. This is getting pretty deep though, so I'm going to turn the water off. You take the salt, and if anything, this is the one thing you kind of want to really, because this is, you know, the cleansing. This will neutralize. This is Florida water, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of Florida water in there. Really good for cleansing. And lastly, some Ogun oil. So Ogun is an African Orisha, or an African god or deity. So as you guys can see, I've bathed, I've moisturized, okay, and I'm ready to now pack my overnight bag, just in case I decide to stay at my aunt's house on Christmas, going into the day after Christmas.
I remember when you used to say that you loved me despite all my flaws. I remember when on that rainy day.
Toothpaste. I need to actually go get some toothpaste, so I hope Family Dollar is open.
You took a bite of forbidden fruit. Now it's so good to you, it's so good to you. You took a bite of forbidden fruit. Now it's so good to you, it's so good to you.
Tarot cards too, because you never know when a client may, you know, purchase a reading while I'm away from the apartment, away from my workstation. So I'm gonna bring some tarot cards for sure. I'm gonna bring the Guardian Angel deck because it's Christmas and I just get a Christmas vibe. Now, as far as the second deck, I'm actually gonna bring 3 decks because I also like to post on Instagram daily tarot like draws or daily tarot cards. So
way that you love me despite all my flaws. I remember when on that rainy day you kissed me despite all my flaws.
Oh, I need soap too, actually. I think I passed the soap though.
Now it's so good to you, it's so good to you.
You guys, literally.
It's so good to you, it's so good to you. You took a bite of forbidden fruit. Now it's so good to
I'm at my aunt's house now. Hi, Auntie.
Oh, God, you scared me. I'm like, who is that? I thought I heard the door and I was like, oh, that. How you doing? Oh, I like that. Oh, that's the jacket you got last year, ain't it? I like that. I like that. Look nice. What's up with you?
Dude, I'm vlogging right now.
Oh, you're vlogging?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's my aunt.
Vlogging.
My uncle's sleeping.
you, it's so good to you. You took a bite of forbidden fruit. Now it's so good to you, it's so good to you.
This is Christmas. The Christmas vibes.